9-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Meghan Walker, and joining me tonight is my special guest, Harrison. He's on the board as usual, but it is just us chilling here tonight, and we're going to have a great show. Quick shout out to Layton's Pub for always giving us the best food. Harrison got wings tonight, and you inspired me to get wings as well.
What'd you go for the flavor?
I went for the barbecue.
Barbecue?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I went with the dry rub simply because this job, I figured I'm going to want to dry rub wings. Because if you get the sticky, you get the saucy ones after this, like cutting up clips, I'm going to have to like cut out an hour just to eat my wings. Yeah.
See, I like to get messy when I'm eating, so of course I just had to get like barbecue.
Yeah.
Just had to go like full ham.
When you get wings, are you leaning towards the spicy or bland? Or I shouldn't say bland, but mild.
I can't do spicy at all. Like I start crying, like my mouth it gets really bad, and
you want to do the hot ones challenge?
I totally want to. No, I want to see how it goes, and I want to get some fun people on here to do that. I feel like that'd be a good time.
Yeah, we should get Kyle Perry. I know he had a good time.
I don't want him to throw up in here. I really would not want that.
Well, yeah, okay. That is a real concern with him. If he controls the milk consumption. That was his problem last time because he ate the wings and then he drank one of those little cartons of milk. I think he probably downed like 6 back to back to back.
Oh,
that was the problem. Yeah. So
just a combination of spiciness and the milk.
Yeah. Well, do you remember? I don't even know what the trend was called. It was really gross when people would just drink like a gallon of milk. No. And then it all just because it's impossible to do.
That is disgusting.
You've never seen that?
No, I've seen like the Sprite one where you like down a whole bunch of Sprite.
It's kind of like the same idea. Like after it's like impossible to keep that all down.
Yeah.
And your body at a certain point is just like it's coming back. That's what happened to Kyle Perry.
Why would you do that?
I don't think he realized he was drinking that much milk. I think he was just hurting and suffering. And he's like, I gotta find a way to get through this.
More milk.
Yeah, someone should have stopped him or let him know it's gonna come back up. But nonetheless, if you guys want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 951. We do have the Royals on the FM airwaves. So again, if you're listening to us now, you've already found the streams, but stay on the streams if you want to continue to listen to the show. But since we don't have a guest today, kind of a throwback to some of your first shows. You know, we haven't had a while since we just had an update on Meghan Walker on how she's feeling about heading into her sophomore year. So right now, you said you had a long workout already. You started 8 to 12 this morning.
So started out, I did a mile. Like my coach wanted me to do a mile and just see like what my time was. So I started off with that after I did my warm up. And then I realized that I feel like I want to be more ready going into the season. So of course I went and did a bike workout, which wasn't scheduled. And then I did a whole bunch of abs. And
this was after the mile?
This was after the mile.
Okay. What are you going for on a mile time? Are you like trying to break records or is it just for conditioning?
It was just kind of like to see where I'm at. So I targeted like 1:30 each lap.
Okay.
And so it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like the greatest time ever.
Yeah, just making sure seeing where you're at.
Just seeing where I'm at, yeah. And so just did that. And then I just tried to get more cardio in. I just want to be like really prepared for the season because I feel like last year when I was a freshman, it was kind of just you go into it, see how it goes. And that sucked. Like college beginning, it's tough. Like you got to get your body ready. So I just want to get my cardio ready and I just want to get more physically and mentally prepared going into this season because I'm a sophomore. That's crazy to think about. I feel like I just got here.
Yeah, it feels like, how long have you been doing a show here now?
I think since October.
Since October.
Oh my goodness, it's almost been a year. Not really, but kind of.
It's coming up closer than you think.
Close, yeah. But it's just crazy how time flies.
Yeah, especially when you're in college. It's gonna it goes by really quick.
I know. Soon I'm gonna be graduating.
Are you on that fast track lane? Are you gonna be one of those people that their senior year you're taking like hardly any credits?
Heck yeah.
Are you big on the summer classes and all that?
I love doing summer classes. I feel like it
Okay.
makes like your season easier.
Yeah, I always wonder with student athletes too. I'm always surprised when more student athletes don't, because I'd imagine that's just got to be. I mean, Nebraska, we don't have like crazy academic standards, but they're still solid enough to where you can't be messing around. So to
Exactly.
try to be focused in on the school year on schoolwork, yeah, I'd imagine you want to take those summer classes.
Mhm.
So what is this year's kind of big goals for you heading into your sophomore season? Now you have one under the belt, you're a little more comfortable.
Mhm.
Like, what are you looking to accomplish for yourself? And then we can talk about team stuff later.
Yeah, I really want to be a leader on my team. I feel like that's something I kind of dipped into last season,
Mhm.
but I just want to be that person that people can look up to and like watch and be like, dang, like I want to be like her, or Megan's not doing this, or Megan is doing this, so I should do this or don't do this. So I just kind of want to be a big part of my team in that aspect. And I'm going to work on my positivity.
Was that a problem before?
Well, like, you know, you get into these dips where it's like, oh, this workout is going to suck. Like, this is
Yeah.
going to be so stupid. And then everyone around you's like, oh, yeah, like, this is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to be that person's like, no, like, we got this. Like, we can do this. Like, we've done it before. And so I want to be that positive person on that team.
That is a good point, because that I don't think people realize how fast that spreads, especially if you're like an all-star on the team and you have that attitude. That's going to trickle really fast. Like I can throw it back to like, I even remember football conditioning days. This was high school, but still it's the same thing.
Yeah.
When the top guy takes it easy, then the whole practice kind of starts to go south, and then we do usually have to run for it. But we wouldn't think about that time. We're just watching the main guys. So at the freshman year, did you ever find your voice early on, or was it still something you're working on heading into your sophomore year? And in terms of being a leader?
It was definitely something I found early on when I started winning like the Beast of the Weeks. When I was like in that first, was it like fall? I started to be like, oh wow, like
for your indoor season.
So yeah, it was when we were training outdoors. We hadn't had indoor season yet.
Okay.
So it was way before, and I was like, wow, like my coach is noticing that I'm like working my butt off, and like everyone else has seen it too. And we were like, me and another girl, her name was Nakia. We were both freshmen, and we were leading the workouts. And we were like, dang, like we're freshmen and we're doing this. Like we're going out there and we're accomplishing what we thought like seniors would be doing. And so like it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what year you are, like you can be a leader on that team. And so I feel like that's something that I noticed freshman year, and I want any freshman to know that. Like doesn't matter if you're not the best on the team, like you can still go out there and be a leader.
Yeah, I think the volleyball team does a really good job exemplifying that, because I feel like every year with volleyball there's always a freshman that comes in there immediately and it's like, okay, she's the real deal. Like didn't take any time finding her role and being a leader. So right now at this point in the season, outside of conditioning, like I'm always kind of curious when it comes to like actual weightlifting as a track athlete, in particular with your events, being a sprinter, you know, what does that look like in your weightlifting regimen? Is there even like a lot of it to begin with?
So it's 3 days a week. It's like basic stuff. I feel like it's stuff we do like right at the beginning of the season. It's like hang clean, squat, like it's just the basis. We do more arms out of season than we do in season. That's kind of something that surprises me.
You do more arms in season?
Out of season.
Out of season?
Out of season than in season.
That does surprise me. It feels like it'd be flipped.
Yeah, but we barely do like bench in season at all. I mean, like when we get to track.
They give you a reason as to why, or is it just you just trust the process?
Just trust the process. You just trust your coaches. They're here for a reason. Like they were hired.
I believe they got a good reason for it, but that does surprise me that you switch. I'd imagine you'd want to switch that up to keep the legs fresh. But anyways, as you were saying.
But yeah, it's just like a lot of legs. It's like a lot of sled pushes, that kind of stuff. Just getting like your body ready.
What's your least favorite workout that you have to do? That's
like
a requirement.
Running or weights?
Weights. Then we'll do running.
Ooh. Okay, hang cleaning. I love it, but I hate it because it always breaks my nails. That's what I think the biggest thing is. Part. That's like, look at my hands, Harrison.
You do got a little bit of a mixed.
Yeah.
You got like four nails done
nails
on one.
On and then 6 off.
Is that even worth getting the super long nails as an athlete? This is a question I consider a lot, because I see like Angel Reese at one point had some crazy fingernails, and I'm like, she's an incredible basketball player, but I'm like, I feel like that's just very ineffective. Like that can't be.
I feel like for sports like volleyball, basketball, like that's a dangerous area to go.
Right?
In.
That's why I couldn't believe Reese with the nails.
Track, I have no issue with it. Like when I'm running, it's not like it's gonna hurt.
If you're like someone's reaching for the baton, like the claws aren't gonna get in the way as you're trying to grab it.
Okay, I'm like very sketchy when I'm getting a baton, no matter like what the race or event is. So like nails doesn't really bug me. If I drop it, I can blame it on my nails. But I cannot run without my nails. I feel so nasty. I'm gonna be honest.
That is really surprising.
Yeah, it's
just
like a habit I've gotten into it. Well, like it just like looks so clean, and like when you get into blocks, like it just feels like everything is put together.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I do know like it's a little different. Some guys would always wear the white Nikes. They had to have the white Nikes. I don't know why. It was a big deal for them because they thought the black ones weren't as clean.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a girl thing. Like I see like a few athletes have like super long nails.
Yeah, it's
on
not
like in college.
Uh-huh. I'm always just kind of amazed. It just seems very disadvantageous to have super long nails, but I've never had them. And then
You
you
should
end
totally
up
get them.
well then yeah, good point. But then again, like you get them and you just showed off your beautiful nails you got there and you only got 4.
Shh, I'm getting them redone tomorrow, Harrison. Don't even.
This is my whole point. How often does that happen though?
That I get my nails redone?
Yeah.
Okay, usually after one breaks off, I'm like, I have to go get them done.
I think right, like wouldn't you have to every time? Because if you have just 4, you're gonna look weird with just like one hanging out there that doesn't have a nail.
Okay,
So.
in season is way different than out of season, Harrison.
Okay.
But
I'm
yeah,
trying to figure out. So it's really the nails are actually that big of a deal for you.
they are. Like when we went to Big Tens, I went and got my nails done. I had like fire on all of my nails, fire
Okay.
red, and that inspired a whole bunch of my teammates to go get their nails done, like the same exact thing. So like it's a special thing for women to get their nails done. For
You guys
special
had a really
events.
good year, so I can't even like really call you out on anything to be
Exactly.
honest.
It's
So
the nails. Everyone
Maybe-
that performed well had great nails.
maybe the football team, maybe should have
Maybe
pedicure
they
day.
should all get their nails
get
done.
their nails done. They'll
Yes.
be
I've
feeling
seen a
better.
few basketball players with painted nails.
You know, that is kind of a new thing. I don't know. The men's fashion right now is at an all-time whirlwind. I feel like the shorts are getting closer to being like kind of girl length shorts, which you know you do you.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is like I was graduating in 2018. I go back and look at the high school basketball team shorts now, and like they've moved up like 4 inches already, and
Yeah.
I've barely been gone. It's just kind of I don't know. That's the
Like I
what's
think
your
it's
opinion on
stylish.
guys with nails?
With guys
painted
with nails?
nails? Yeah.
Oh, okay. To be honest, that's not my thing
Mhm.
because I feel like it's okay. No offense, but I feel like it's a little feminine.
Yeah,
But it's like you do you. You know, it's your style.
yeah. To preface this, I don't hate anyone for what they do. I don't really
No.
care what you do, but
Mhm.
for me, it's just like I could never imagine putting like painting my nails.
Yeah.
But do you really see it that much more often?
I saw it on one basketball player at Nebraska. He posted it on his like story, and I was like, "Wow, his nails are painted."
I'm trying to think who it is.
Do you know who this person is?
Gary?
Gary? No. Oh, that'd be funny if he had it, but no.
He seems like a guy that I'm trying to, man, painted nails on the basketball team.
Yeah. I saw him in his Snapchat story. They were black. He has a show here with his dad.
It's really Ramel Lloyd.
Yeah.
I can see that, but he gets away with it because when he dresses up, he's able to pull it all together.
Mhm.
I kind of take that back. You know what? If you want to paint your nails, you have to make sure your full wardrobe is up to par.
Okay, I 100% agree with that.
Because if I painted my nails and
Yeah,
I'm wearing just a gray t-shirt and gray shorts,
Mhm.
I'm gonna look insane.
I might judge you a little bit, just a little bit.
I judge myself looking in the mirror. But if you're Romello Jr., he's always got the nice fits together.
He does.
He's put together well. Every time he comes in here on Sundays, I'm always like, damn, I gotta work on
I
my
gotta
fashion
look like
a little bit.
him. I feel like when people like go to get out of high school and come to college, they change their look. Like I feel like when you get to college, like your look is more important to you when you're especially a D1 athlete or any college athlete.
Yeah, you definitely have a period where you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was realizing like, hey, it's not super cool to wear Cedar Catholic High School t-shirts in the class every day. Like I got to my junior year and I'm like, man, I still got like a lot of Martin Cedar Catholic t-shirts. That was a big part for me. After that, it was just I didn't really get too crazy with like the fashion, like
Mhm.
changing that up, other than like stop wearing what's the word I'm looking for? Stop wearing like kind of like your high school brand
Yep.
shirts, you know, like I'm not wearing like the neon socks or anymore. Like you're just kind of
You
keeping
were
it
doing
clean.
that in high school?
Oh, you remember that era, the neon era? I blame Oregon for it all.
Oh wow.
Remember when Oregon went like heavy neon and their uniforms were crazy because they were really cool.
Mhm.
And then everyone just kind of went bright colors. Nike was really big on it. And I think it lasted for like 2 years.
Oh
And
damn.
everyone kind of cooled off it. But there was like a weird period there where it was getting a little different.
I wish we had jerseys like Oregon. I'd love Oregon's jerseys. They're absolutely beautiful.
The only problem I have with Oregon is too many jerseys.
I would not care about that at all.
As
I
a-
have like 3 jerseys. I would love to have like 17.
How about okay, if you could change anything about our jerseys right now, your guys'
Mhm.
track uniforms, what's the first thing you're changing? Design wise, since you like I shouldn't even say change it. This is an alternate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Oregon has this black jersey, which we don't have a black jersey anymore, or at
Mhm.
least I didn't. But it has like it says Oregon on it, and it's black, and it has a whole bunch of like colors coming up in like little pixels, and it's like a black gray jersey. It's really beautiful.
You know what year?
I think it was this past year,
Past year.
but it was a track jersey. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, well, Oregon and track too. They're
They're
gonna be
amazing,
looking
yeah.
clean.
Exactly.
If,
Is Nebraska not clean? Is that what you're saying?
Well, the Oregon's got Nike facility
Mhm.
up there. Oregon is like the track destination. Am I wrong?
No,
Oregon's
they're-
like known
yeah,
for
they're
track,
really
right?
good,
Because they got the big
yes.
Nike facility over there.
Mhm.
So like I can kind of see that. That's just like Oregon in general because of having that Nike headquarters there. Like all their uniforms, they're always top of the notch. They have so many uniforms every time. It's kind of my beef with the NBA. Like I'll be watching the Bulls play the Celtics, and the Bulls be wearing gray, and the Celtics be wearing like a weird blue.
Mhm.
And it's like those aren't your guys' colors. Like I don't even know who's playing right now.
Yeah,
So stuff like that. Like I do like a little bit of tradition.
that makes sense.
And Oregon stretches beyond the tradition just a little too much for me.
Well, we had just gotten a new jersey this year. It was like a scarlet red,
Oh, nice.
and
No,
well, we have two red jerseys. We have like a red jersey, and then we have
Mhm.
like a scarlet jersey.
is it that noticeable different?
Yes.
Okay.
Extremely. But you know, it's whatever. It's not. I'm not the color picker for my jersey, so yes, I'm just gonna embrace it all.
Does this team ever get any input on like jersey designs? Because like in high school, it's kind of a thing. But
Mhm.
as far as like you guys, when the jerseys are coming out, do they leave any of the details or give you at least like some say on what you want?
No, I know there had been a few athletes that reached out and wanted to do like a pink jersey
Yeah.
for like breast cancer awareness,
Mm-hmm.
but that didn't get accepted because that's not a color for Nebraska.
Yeah, see, that's kind of always what I wondered.
Mhm.
Like, is it even worth their time to like kind of give the student athletes input because they're probably really confined on what they can use color scheme wise, so they're just gonna take all your ideas and throw them in the trash, and they're gonna be like, "You guys didn't listen." It's like, well, we just couldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think our black jersey got taken out because it's not one of our colors either.
see, that's a bummer.
Hmm.
And that's one that I feel like black should be fair game for anyone.
I love those black jerseys. They're so
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, when Nebraska football has the blackout jerseys, even though like I get so mad people are like saying you can't wear them because you're not the black shirts anymore.
Yeah.
It's a color. All right. The black shirts were people, not a
Mhm,
color. So
exactly.
I always go crazy about that. But when they go all black, those are my favorites. All black or the all whites. I'm pretty simple.
It
Like-
just looks so clean.
Like a
Yeah.
simple whiteout or a blackout. Do you think you could ever get the Husker Memorial Stadium during a football game to abide by a whiteout or a blackout?
There's gonna be certain people who just don't do that.
It really bothers me.
Really, that bugs you?
Yeah, because I think it'd be so cool.
It would be so phenomenal.
Like
No,
'cause
yeah.
Penn State with those whiteouts, like obviously we can't,
Mhm.
we're not gonna like take that. That's their thing. But let's do it just for like one game or a blackout or something like that. Because like the tradition stuff at Nebraska is like so hardcore. But I also feel like we're just so far away from tradition at this point.
Mhm.
Like it's been a while. I'm curious to see just the athletic program as a whole. Because like if you're being honest, the volleyball teams have been doing their part. Softball, we'll see, but it
Yes.
looks pretty damn good right now.
Yes.
Track looks pretty damn good at coming off of what you guys had last season. So like right now, everything's kind of ticking in the right direction. Kind of just feels like basketball and football are the last ones that need tuned up a little bit.
Basketball's got a ton of recruits.
Yeah, basketball, we'll
That's
see.
phenomenal.
I'm excited to see the guards.
I am too.
They got a really deep guard rotation. The biggest concern for me is they got a little bit of similar style between all of them.
Mhm.
But again, haven't seen them all of them play, so they'll have to figure that out. It'll be cool to see. What's what's your favorite event to go to outside of track for Husker sports?
I would say, well, football, like that's an experience. Like every football game, it's insanely crazy.
Mhm.
It's such a great vibe. Like
You get there like early, you start your day early for Husker football, or do you like show up for the game and then go out?
It depends what kind of, like, if it's a night game or it's like a noon game.
Let's go, our average, we usually don't get too many night games. Let's go, it's
Mhm.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Day's gonna start early.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's the
girls take a
ideal.
long time to get ready. Like me and my roommates would take hours to get ready for games.
See, that always blows my mind. Why do girls take so long to get ready for game day? That's got to be the most easy fit to put together, right?
How is that the most easy fit to put? How does that work?
Does it say red and does it have Huskers on there?
No, but like,
And
are you
then
gonna
it's
wear
usually
a
like black
skirt? Are you
leggings.
gonna wear leggings? Are you gonna wear jeans? Are you gonna wear jean shorts? Like, there's so many options for women.
That's a good point.
Yeah, like you don't even understand like the hardcoreness of it all. Like you got to get your makeup done. You got to do your hair. Like there's so many factors.
Are
It's
you
like you're
doing your
going to a
makeup though if
concert.
it's gonna be like 100 degrees?
Yes.
You still
sweat
do
it off. Oh yeah.
Doesn't that like look crazy once it gets like super hot?
See, I bring like a little fan to fan my face. So like
So you
when my
can take a
makeup is
little
there,
bit.
like my sweat doesn't just like drip. But no, like, or you go to the bathroom and you sit underneath the fan where you dry your hands. I know.
didn't think about it that hard.
See, there's a lot of factors that go into it. Women go through a lot to go to a football game.
If I was a girl, I'd be cheating all the time. I'd be going leggings 24/7. I feel like.
You would not. Are you saying you're a big leggings guy? Like you?
Why wouldn't you? That's what I mean, based off my girlfriend's reports. Like that seems to be the way, unless it's like 100 degrees, I guess. But
Yeah.
what's the brand name? I always forget the brand. It's like
Lululemon.
Lululemon. Yeah,
Mhm.
apparently those.
No, I love their leggings. Shout out to Lululemon. Sponsor me, actually.
Yeah,
I would love that.
that'd be a nice one. It feels like all girls want to be sponsored by Lululemon. They have nice guys clothes too, which I didn't know. I went in there one time, and I actually was surprised. That was like an all girls store, so I was like, oh man, why are you making me go in here? And no, they have some nice stuff, but not like just feel like that'd be the easiest.
Yeah.
You know, then you don't got to worry about the jean shorts, all that nonsense.
But I feel like the thing with leggings is like they're kind of like not dressy. Because like for football games, I like to dress up.
Okay.
Like that's the one day of the week you will see me dressed up besides church.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really learning a lot today about
the
Husker experience.
This is what happens when you have a conversation with me, Harrison. You learn a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, though, we do go ahead and throw it to our first break. This is Speed and Power with host Meghan Walker. As always, I'm Harrison Arns running the 1s and 2s. Again, if you guys want to join the show, Starter Ham and text line 402-464-5685, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 951. We will catch you guys right after the break.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited. It's all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435 55 55. John Henry's Plumbing.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Taylor.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknight on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Megan Walker, and with me tonight is Harrison. We are having a good time. Shout out to Layton's Pub again for giving us amazing food. I can't wait to eat these wings. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
A good lemon pepper wing is always fun. I'm very excited. What's you ever had lemon pepper
I have.
flavor? Okay,
Mhm.
that's always my favorite. Once I tried that once, I was like, this is the official way. First time I got it was at Tanner's, and then I got it at what's the one? They just had the sandwiches or wing place, but they made the chicken sandwiches all of a sudden. Wingstop. There we go.
Wingstop? Oh,
Yeah.
Wingstop has good wings.
Yep, and they had the lemon pepper one,
Mhm.
and it's always been pretty good. So I'm excited. And again, Layton's Pub, they never miss.
Yes.
I have yet to get something bad there, even though I do get like the same thing 90% of the time.
Hey, that's because it's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, though, if you guys do want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. And if you want to put a face to the voice, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 951. So over the break, we kind of got into a spiel about my super long and honestly, at this point, just irrelevant work history. Like it's a bit all over the place, from barista to grocery store to construction to tree service. So it's a bit of conglomeration of jobs that don't go together. But anyways, I'm curious because I think like a lot of what you do early on kind of molds who you are, especially like work ethic wise. So what were some of those early first jobs you had as a kid where you're figuring out? Because I can remember my first job, and I'll be honest, like was not a great worker. It was at another grocery store because all my brothers used to work there. And man, grocery store line work, it just wasn't for me. But nonetheless, taught a lot. Boss was great. Figured it out from there. But what was your first job?
My first job, so I was in middle school. Me and my brother opened up a dog business in our neighborhood. So we would walk around the neighborhood, hand out flyers, and we just like babysat dogs, would take their dogs for walks, like did a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, so you created your own business.
So we created our own business. That was my first job.
How old were you?
Ooh, I'd say maybe like 11, 10. My brother's like very like money motivated and like
The one that came in here before?
Yes,
Okay, makes
he's
sense.
very like he wanted to start a business, and of course I got roped into it.
I mean, that's not really a hard one at 11 years old. Hey, I'm going to do a business with puppies and dogs.
I know, but yeah, we actually surprisingly made a lot of money from it.
Yeah, you'd make a ton of money.
It carried it like throughout our whole entire high school career.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You kept that through the entire.
Yeah,
You
well,
never
'cause in,
stopped.
like our neighborhood, we were all very close. Like you knew everyone in your neighborhood, and so like if they needed someone to watch their dog, they just like give us a call, and so we watched their dog.
Do you have any dog? You don't have to name drop. Do you have any dogs that you just like get the phone call and you're like, ooh, we got to watch this one. We got to watch, Marmaduke.
Okay, there was one dog. I loved her to absolute death.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would just go over to their house and like watch TV with the dog for like hours and get paid like really good.
Oh, so
But
just chill dogs.
Just a chill dog. Like her owners loved her so much.
Mm-hmm.
But one time, I'm not going to disclose. I'm not going to disclose the story. But no, like it was a great experience. And it taught me actually a lot. I'm surprised. But that was my first job. Oh, my second job, I worked at a snow cone truck on the corner of a really sketchy street.
Snow cone truck.
I absolutely did not like it.
A sketchy street in South Dakota.
And I was maybe 13 at the time. So, like, would you trust me to make your snow cone at 13? No, you wouldn't, because it's not very good.
I mean, how hard is a snow cone? Isn't it just ice and like 3 pumps of whatever you want?
No, because you have to so it's ice. Like you got to really pack that ice in the cup.
Yeah.
And then the amount of syrup has to be absolutely perfect. Otherwise, it melts the snow.
Oh.
And then you just have this flat snow cone.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, and there was you could put cream in the snow cone. It was this bougie stuff.
Oh, so you were like high end.
Yeah, I was high end. And then my third job, I worked at a restaurant, which I loved. I love restaurant environments for some odd reason.
Like waiter, kitchen.
I was a hostess.
Hostess. Okay,
yes,
nice.
I loved it. And then I worked on a vegetable farm my junior year of high school.
Okay, that's a turn.
Yeah, it was a turn, but I loved
how'd
it.
the vegetable farm come about?
I'm a hard worker. They were like, "Hey, you're a hard worker. Come work for us." I was like, "Okay."
Was it just good money, or you're just like nice and you're like, I'll be nice and accept the offer?
It was kind of my brother.
So it sounds like you weren't really looking for it. It sounds like they just kind of asked you.
My mom was kind of like, "Oh, this would be really good for you. It would teach you hard work ethic." And she grew up on a farm, so she was very like, "This would be good for you." But it was a lot of hard work. Like I would be sore afterwards. But I got a lot of sun. I got super tan. I learned all about vegetables. And so yeah, it's benefited me.
What kind of vegetables were you guys
Like
growing?
broccolini, zucchini, like tomatoes, like everything, absolutely everything. Like they're known in Sioux Falls for having like amazing vegetables. Like they outsource to a whole bunch of restaurants.
Oh, so is that why you're hired help? Like they just like doing everything like super organically?
So like just picking vegetables. That's what I did. I picked them, I washed them, I set them out.
Oh, so you got like old school.
Yeah.
You're not using any equipment. You're
Nope,
just on your
no
hands and
equipment.
knees.
Yes.
How long were you out there? That would be probably
was-
pretty sore after that.
I think it started like 6 and you'd end at like 1 every morning.
Oh man, so that's a lot.
Yeah.
5 days a week?
Yeah. 5 days a week. About, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you credit for that one. That one's pretty bad.
I know.
Worst one I ever did was tree service. For anyone listening
Oh.
out there, anyone that's been in tree service, feel free to give me a story. 402-464-5685. That job scared me more than anything else, just because it was like my second week, I think. Someone was like cutting logs up top. Anytime someone's up in the bucket, like cutting off logs, you know, you really shouldn't be anywhere underneath them. That's just common sense.
Yeah.
One of the guys was like grabbing brush, doesn't realize he's like cutting a log, which I don't know how you can hear it, but I think he had earplugs in. Runs right under it and just on top of skull, has to get like a bunch of staples, just cut the top of the skull wide open. He's okay now. I don't know how. I thought he was gonna have some memory loss or something.
Mhm.
So that right away was like, okay, that's 2 weeks in. That's don't do
boy.
that. And then you have people like going through the boom, in between like the trying to think over the wires, like telephone wires and everything. And that just sketches you out because if you're by the truck, they'll tell you to get away because if it'll carry that shock if they do touch it to the
Mhm.
bottom. So if you're touching that truck, who knows what happens to you? Like
Exactly.
just a bunch of stuff like that. And then sitting behind the wood chipper, just getting sawdust in your eyes, like because that's all I did.
Mhm.
Because I'm doing it like my junior year of high school, and you're like the runt. They're not going to trust you up in a bucket with a chainsaw, so you're just on the bottom grabbing brush, sitting on the wood chipper behind the dump truck like all day, and we'd have to travel like 3 hours in the morning for line clearance jobs. So it'd just be like a road trip when you're 18 with a bunch of like 30-year-old dudes. You're staying at like a motel in Oakland Craig or something. Yeah, it was a crazy job, but
Yeah.
I got paid a lot of money at a young age for that job.
That's crazy. I
I
feel
think
like
it's the worst one I had for sure.
all like hard labor jobs are just they pay so well, I feel.
You always have stories about them though.
Mhm,
Like
that's true.
like there is something about doing those jobs that I don't know, you are way more grateful about the check, I guess. Put it
Mhm.
that way. Like you have a lot more understanding of like how valuable money is because you just think about how hard you worked for that. You're like,
100%.
because I'd get overtime, be working like 60 hours a week, and I'd just be so excited, be like, oh my god, there's a comma in my paycheck. Like, because your high school wages,
Mhm, yeah.
your grocery store, you're getting minimum wage, and you get a job like that you actually make more, than over 3 figures. It's like seems like a small number, but man,
Mhm.
that was like crazy for me back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst one I had. What was your least favorite then?
My least favorite, I would say the snow cone.
Snow cone?
Yeah,
Was
that
that just
was
stressful? Did you get
It
long
was
lines?
very stressful. Like you'd get like long lines or like their snow cone wouldn't look good and then you'd like feel really bad about yourself. Or what really
You'd feel bad about it, or
I would
like
feel
you
so bad. Like this is why I can't work in like a coffee shop because I would like, what if you make something and the person doesn't like it? Like they paid their money that they worked to buy a really bad coffee or a really bad snow cone.
I would try it first.
You're gonna drink someone else's drink and then you're gonna give it to them.
Well, I would like dip a straw in there and then just or
I would
something.
never go to Scooters ever again if I knew that you were my barista.
I wouldn't like take a sip out of the cup. I'd figure it out. Like I would let you try it, and if you said it was bad, then I would try it. Is what I mean. I'm not like before I hand out every coffee, putting my fingers in there and be like, this one's perfect. You're gonna like it. That's a crazy thought you had. I don't know what you thought I was saying, but
I mean, I could see it from you, not gonna lie. Like, this is a good coffee. Here you go.
I'll have you know, Scooters was very upset when I was quitting.
Oh wow, so you were a good barista.
Yeah, when you're the only one that's like shows up, it's
I bet that's
pretty remarkable talent. You'd be amazed for everyone out there that wants promotion. If you just show up every time and never call in sick, it's pretty crazy what that does for you.
I wonder if there's any like D1 athletes at Nebraska that like work and are athletics like in season. Do you think someone could do it?
Yeah, you'd have to have a. I'm trying to think of the sport that most cater towards
Would
it.
allow maybe golf.
Golf, maybe.
Maybe.
If it's like something, because working at a country club,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can see something like that. I think like most of these student athletes, like you can get jobs, but the hard part is like finding something that is going to be required. Like, hey, we need 40 hours no matter what this week, because that's just impossible. Like you can ask that from a person like you because there's going to be so many weeks where you're not going to be working 24/7 and just taking zero sleep.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
I can't think of any jobs. Do you know any student athletes that work
No, I just
full-time?
wonder if there are any. Because I feel like
I don't know
you're
if
in
it's how
college, like
possible
you
it
might
is.
want to work, but like
Yeah.
you can't with your schedule as a D1 athlete.
I know a lot of part-timers.
Oh yeah.
Because I know Amara and Gwen, they used to work at the bowling alley, UNL's
Oh,
bowling lanes.
yeah.
So they do that, which makes perfect sense. It's
Mhm.
something for them to do, and then they don't have to go travel super far. They'd go from class straight over from
Mhm.
practice. But again, like they couldn't do full-time.
Yeah.
That'd just be impossible. I don't know any student athletes that probably have a full-time gig.
Maybe I'll be the first one. So I
Maybe.
can tell you like, hey, I have a full-time job. I'm a barista. I work 40 hours a week and I'm a D1 athlete. So
Do you ever get yelled at about your snow cones? Was there ever one instance where someone was like, hey, you got to make this again? It's not up to par?
no one ever yelled at me. My boss yelled at me one time because we're supposed to put signs out, like right. So there was the road, like a really busy road,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was a little strip of grass, and then there was my snow cone truck.
How big is the truck? Are we talking like, are you in like a little cooler, just like
Like it's smaller than this
only?
room.
Oh, so standing room only.
Yeah, only standing room. And so my boss yelled at me one time because I didn't put a sign out that said like, open, all this
Mhm.
stuff. But it scared me so bad because like everyone can see you. Just try and put this sign out. And this sign was ginormous. And I could not pick it up. And I could never do it on my own. And so I always struggled with that.
So that's why the sign was not there.
Yeah.
Because
I couldn't get it. It was too hard.
Why didn't you just tell him that? That's first
She
help.
didn't really like me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm a 13-year-old girl. Like I'm not gonna be like, I can't do it.
That is true. At 13 years old, that's about when I think that's when I started at the grocery store too. Yeah, I remember calling in sick. The worst thing I ever did. I called in sick because my girlfriend broke up with me. And I was just heartbroken.
Okay, I can understand that though.
Young love.
I
And I was just like, the worst part though was Christmas Day.
Ooh, I bet.
Double whammy for me because it was also a hard Christmas Day message. And the double whammy for my boss because like, have fun
Christmas
finding
is-
someone
yeah,
on
cover.
Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah, which we weren't open all day. And if you're getting groceries on Christmas Day, I didn't like you that much to begin with. I wasn't happy to see you.
That's crazy.
But yeah. Is there any jobs out there that you would have loved to do that you just think you missed? Yeah.
I think I missed now.
Really?
No, not at all. Oh, I also worked at a dog care place. I forgot about that. I actually loved that job.
Okay.
There's
What's
a pattern.
what's the dog care? Is it just like grooming?
It was a dog boarding. Like, so you'd board dogs, like they could stay there, or they could go to daycare there.
Okay.
And so I just did that. I totally forgot about that. I loved that job, but I also didn't. So that was probably the one. Yeah.
Okay, then this would be the next chapter. So once school is all said and done with, if you get to start a business, what kind of angle are you going with? Yeah, I feel like you got a pretty good niche in the dog market right now. You could always go back home and start that up again. But
what would be? I'd probably open like a billboard business.
Because what's your major right now?
Criminal justice, but I'm also
justice?
exploring like broadcasting sports media.
Right.
So it'd be a billboard business. I'd ask a whole bunch of people what they want on billboards, and then I'd put them up because I'm so good at asking that. So
I don't know what your commission would look like.
No, there'd probably be no
for me to
commission.
ask the question on what you want on your billboard.
What would I do for a business? I feel like if I started a business, I would want it to have like a purpose for bringing good, like being beneficial to people. Like it wouldn't just be like a random business, like, oh, I'm going to start up a clothing line. Like it's going to have a purpose behind like either helping people that have no homes or like young kids that are orphans. Like it'd be something along those lines. I don't know what.
Is that kind of just your personality? Have you always wanted to do stuff like that?
I just have a heart for people that like have not been as blessed as I have, or like,
yeah,
because I've grown up so like I literally have the best parents in the world. Like I've been gifted with so much that I feel bad for those who don't have that kind of stuff, or don't have like a support system in their life.
So yeah, that's a good way to look at things. Like I wish more people thought like that, because that's what, like, man, you say it all the time with like all the cultural divide, and it always just drives me insane for anyone to have any, I don't like you because of X, Y, and Z beliefs, or even if someone's dumb skin color, which unfortunately is still there. But it's just like so dumb because everyone's on different starting blocks. Like if you come from a place that has a horrible infrastructure, everyone on the, on the streets is struggling, paying rent, struggling, finding a job. Like they're going to look at worse places to get money because the proper ways to get it aren't there. So your starting block is like 2 miles behind a guy like me in the middle of Nebraska where everything's cheap. So like to me, that always drives me nuts. Like I can't understand, at least that's just kind of how I see it. Like I'm at a point now where I truly believe like everyone's just at different starting blocks. So it's impossible for you to like really get angry at someone for not taking advantage when like the opportunities just aren't there for those people.
Like we've talked about how many jobs we've had. Like there's some people who go out there and like can't even get a job.
Yeah, because it's so competitive. At 13, they'd want to work for minimum wage, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Sorry.
It's just crazy because like we all have different stories. We all do.
Mhm.
And we all grow up in different situations and we all learn things differently.
Yeah, it's another thing.
Mhm.
Like, I think we're getting better at it though.
Mhm. And I feel like in Nebraska, it's not as much of an issue. At least I haven't seen. But like if you go to like
Mhm.
places like California or
Yeah.
like those areas where they have more like issues, I would say like you see it more.
That's why I love Nebraska, because like I'll just be honest, it's just it is just like a bunch of white people, but like we're pretty non-judgmental, accepting. Like we love pretty much everyone who
Mhm.
rolls through. Not just pretty much, we love everyone who rolls through Lincoln. A lot of places, the South is very welcoming too. Anytime you go down south, I love it up there. Going up to the east is a little different. My experiences in New York, people are not willing to help you.
Mhm,
Hated that.
exactly.
New York is not a place I could ever live in. Would you want to live in a big city when you got older?
I really don't think so. I love the Midwest. I
Mhm.
love how kind people are. Like that's something I feel like is a big thing for me, like the kindness of others. Because like if you go to New York and you ask someone like, "Hey, can I have $1?" Like I lost mine or something,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, "Oh heck no."
I know, it's terrible. I was trying to get on, those subways that you got to go, right? Like that
Mhm.
door shuts on you. This man wouldn't move out of my way, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you got to go," and the
Yeah.
door just like smacks me, and it's
Yeah.
like trying to shut. And it's like, man, it's just like the rudeness is at another level.
Mhm. But like
And
they don't see it as rude. Like they just see it like that's how you got to live in New York.
it makes sense in a way. I feel like when you get to a certain population, people don't necessarily become like a blessing. It's almost like a nuisance
Mhm.
because you have so many people now, and now the more people that come in, the more it's like a nuisance. As opposed to here, you see a new face, and you're like, oh, where are you from? What are you about? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I
We're very
think
blessed.
yeah, that's a good way to end it. We're very
We're
blessed.
very blessed.
And
Yes.
it makes sense. We're both from small towns, so
Mhm.
kind of makes sense. Our beliefs are similar on that end. But nonetheless, we'll throw it to our last break. This is Speed and Power. I'm filling in for the guest this week, pushing the ones and twos, get to know the producer a little bit. But nonetheless, we got Meghan Walker, host of Speed and Power, as always, on the Ticket, 93.7 The Ticket FM. We'll go to break and be back in just a bit.
Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? Worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, and don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Speed and Power. I am Harrison Arns, and I just stole your intro. I'm just kind of used to taking it over. Let you finish it up. I said Speed and Power.
All right, welcome to Speed and Power. Thank you, Harrison. We are on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Meghan Walker, and we've got Harrison on the board tonight. We are just hanging out, having good conversations. I feel like I've learned a lot, and I feel like you have learned a lot as well.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were a vegetable farmer at one point in time. Would have never guessed.
Don't tell people that when you first meet them. Like, this is Meghan. Like, she used to work on a vegetable farm. I don't want that to be the first thing they know.
Why? You take pride in that. Do you have a green thumb, you think, now, though, from that? Like, do you think you could actually, if you had to make your own garden, you could do a very good job?
Oh, I would do a great job. That'd be a thriving garden.
What's your number one thing you would grow? I like growing jalapenos, or not jalapenos, just peppers in general.
I would want like herbs.
Herbs?
Yeah.
Like
I'm a
your
big herbs person. Like,
man, I don't know, very
cilantro, basil, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Because then you could like cook with it.
Thyme? Is that another one?
Thyme?
Thyme?
I don't know.
Thyme?
Thyme? Thyme? Yeah, thyme. I don't know. That's what I call it.
I don't know. I'm not a cook. I don't want to embarrass myself if I'm wrong. I thought it was thyme. Could be thyme.
Thyme.
Nonetheless, we did talk about something over the break, and I'm curious. Do you have Threads? I don't know what Threads is.
I do have Threads. It's a new thing that
Doesn't
was connected
Zuckerberg
to
own it?
Instagram. Most likely, yes.
Because if it's connected to Instagram, it'd be Zuckerberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But
that's
it's
what I thought.
basically like Twitter, I feel.
Yeah, and I know a bunch of people moved to it. Did you open up Threads?
I downloaded the app. I looked at how many followers I had, and then I got off.
Oh, that's all you did? Oh, so wait, you have...
I have the account.
Okay.
So it's, yeah, I don't know. Rico told me that if you delete the app, it deletes your Instagram.
The Threads app.
If you download the Threads app, you link it to your Instagram.
That can't be
create an
intentional.
account. That's what I heard through the grapevine.
Unless it is intentional. And that's how they try to get you plugged in on it. Nah, that
Maybe.
wouldn't make sense. That feels like a design flaw.
Ask Rico.
Rico does know a lot.
Rico does know a lot.
He was
Very
in here
wise
working
man.
late last night.
I
For all
know.
those listening, those guys, they might be tired of Rico, but him and Nick, man, shout out to those guys.
Literally.
Because for all those who don't know, Big Ten Media Days, we'll have plenty of good stuff coming out because we had a good crew up there. I'm on green for Sean Jackson, DP, Jake Sorensen. But yeah, no, those guys were here like pretty much all day. That's a lot of hours of radio to fill.
The Ticket has so many hard workers. Like, this is such a great group of people here.
Yeah, it really works too when you get like some leadership in there, like DP, and then you have student athletes help too, because like it's kind of got to be someone's got to do it first. It's always that like first follower that like really gets the wheel spinning. But like you, Kyle Perry, Sam Hoiberg, the volleyball team when those guys were in here, some of the football team, like yeah, that just kind of helped a lot. And then did you see that the Omaha World Herald put out a piece for us?
I did not.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that. Yes.
Yeah, it was super cool. DP sent it out all to us, but yeah, man, he's just you feel pretty good under his direction.
Exactly.
I haven't felt too many missteps. And once we moved downtown, I keep saying it, but
It's so exciting.
I know.
That is so
I'm excited because I haven't brought my parents to the station yet. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for when we move downtown
Yeah.
because there were one time they're like, "Oh, should we swing down?" I'm like,
Is that the end of August? All
Last
moved
week
in?
of August.
Last week of August.
Yeah,
That is
maybe a
so-
little earlier. But that's the
Cool.
last I've heard.
Mhm.
But we should be all set up, for the last week of August. I don't think there's any more red tape to cross. The
Mhm.
way it sounds, which it's not like I'm plugged into Rebecca. Like, hey, what was the last step? No, but I don't know that much. But I know enough to say that nothing's gone awry to where we should still be on plan for August 31st. What's gonna be your favorite thing about the downtown spot?
I feel like the fact that it'll be downtown, it'll
Mm-hmm.
be like it'll get more traffic flow,
Corner of
and as
11th and
well as the cameras. I heard that the camera video is gonna be fantastic.
Oh yeah, well I hope we get better lighting, man.
Yes, that's what.
I look at my streams, I look like a ghost.
Yeah, I do too. It's just like atrocious when I look up at the TV. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I look like that?
Yeah, then you got it's these fluorescent light bulbs.
Mhm.
Like I will say, when they made this, I don't know if they were making a studio or if it like came in halfway through the process. Because the walls and the design and everything, because you got the glass windows,
Mhm.
it looks like a studio,
It
but like
does.
these small fine details. Like for a desk, this is really clunky and awkward.
For like a radio desk or like
Yeah, because you're gonna have like people hiding behind computers. Like
Oh.
now that like you see if you watch TV, it's the U-shaped
Mhm.
desk, and everyone's kind of looking at each other. Because when you notice on the cameras, like
Everyone's
people are
looking a
just
different
looking.
direction.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it doesn't always line up. So like for me, obviously being a producer, I'm excited about the equipment,
Mhm.
and then the coffee.
coffee.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have coffee there. It's
Is
gonna be a
it-
little coffee shop in the area.
I am so excited for the coffee.
Yeah, we'll have coffee and then food catered, depending on the day too. Yeah,
Dang.
that's gonna be the coffee's gonna be big for
The
me.
ticket has got it going on, man.
I know. And then Ricky C. Simmons, he brought on a guest, and I didn't realize there's a bar right next to it called Gravity Bar.
That's not gonna be good for you. Hey, you're gonna be day drinking.
Oh no, it'd be late.
And
at night.
working.
It's not it's marketed as not necessarily a college bar too. It's a little older for those who just got out of just post graduation.
Mhm.
Because that is kind of a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. If you go down to O Street now, like for you, it's still normal. For me, it's
Mhm.
like I'm the same age, but I'm in a very different spot.
Yeah.
So like it's hard to relate to anything. Plus, if you have a girlfriend, what the hell are you doing?
Literally.
And then- unless she's with you. But if she is, we're probably going somewhere a little nicer. You go through those bars enough, you kind of get the vibe. But
I
I'm
wouldn't know.
excited.
I don't go to bars, so
No, you wouldn't. You're not 21 yet, are you?
I'm 19.
19. Jeez,
I'm
I thought
just
you
a
were 20.
baby.
Man, when's your birthday?
January 6th. 04, baby.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh yeah, we looked up your animal. Wasn't that something lame? If I remember correctly.
Who are we in here with?
Uh,
Oh, who
Nick.
were we? Nick?
I think it was.
Bryant?
Yeah, I think it was Brian.
Was it Nick Bryant? I
Yeah.
guess Snake, and I don't remember who
He
it
was.
was.
He was Snake.
He was Snake?
Yeah, which was awesome.
I was gonna be so mad if he was Snake and he was Snake.
And I had a rabbit. I think yours was something.
I think mine was like a monkey.
Oh yeah, I think
Oh,
it might have
yeah.
been.
I feel like I relate to a monkey.
I don't know if it was because you were pretty upset about it at the time.
Or was it like a goat?
2004.
2004.
Okay, let's look
Can
it
we
up.
look this up? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about this. I feel like I'm not big into like astronomical kind of stuff. Like I'm a Capricorn, so that means I'm like this certain type of stuff. I really don't believe in that, but it's just curious and fun to know sometimes. Don't disappoint me with this answer. Don't disappoint me, Harrison.
Hold
Okay.
on. Give me a different. I guess it is monkey.
Oh, I was right.
A wood monkey.
A wood.
I don't know.
That sounds like me, man.
I guess there's water, fire, and earth ones in there too. But on that day in particular, on that year, so wood.
Wood monkey.
I don't know what that means. But that's what you are in the Chinese calendar. So
I've got so many things to add to my Instagram bio. Veggie farmer and wood monkey.
yeah, it is weird. I'm never really quite sure how they figure those out either. But
Mhm.
I'm a fan of the crazy calendars.
I am too.
I feel like we don't really have. What's the craziest U.S. tradition you think? Why pull up this out music here?
Craziest
Yeah, because
US
what's something in the U.S.
tradition?
Yeah, because I feel like all these other countries got something a little crazy that they do, whether or even if it's just part of their culture. Like
Mhm.
Australia's got venom, just period, and just all the poisonous animals, dangerous. China just got rapid production. I feel like that's just their culture. And-
Obesity?
unfortunately.
Is that ours?
No, I mean that's fair. I think I actually think Mexico might be right behind us. I think they're
Hey,
getting
at least
closer.
we're winning. We
yeah.
gotta win.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that one. I do think there is a trend of people looking to get healthier though, just based off of like all the workout stuff you see now and like
Mhm.
all like
Everything on social media, I feel like, is
Mhm.
like pushing that or always showing different ways of like how to eat healthier and all that jazz.
and I'll be honest, I don't see that many people like crazy out of shape here in Lincoln. Maybe that's just me.
I see my fair share once in a while.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
my fair share, but like it's not.
You got to go to certain places.
I'll just say this: I grew up in small towns. Small
Mhm.
towns, I feel like that tends to be a little bit of a bigger problem, maybe, just because like man, I don't know why. Maybe it's just like
Maybe it's just you.
Not Harrington. I would never portray Harrington like that. We're all in shape people out there, but some of the other ones.
We're all in shape out there.
Yeah.
Same in South Dakota. We're all in shape there.
Yeah, it's Yankton, South Dakota. That place could use some more. That's my biggest beef with South Dakota.
Wow.
That's
wow.
my biggest
You're
beef.
hating on Yankton, South Dakota.
I mean, that place.
USD is there.
Yeah, Mount Marty. Don't forget Mount Marty
Oh,
College. I had a
yeah.
friend who played baseball.
I
over
ran
there.
at their track one time. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not the. I just felt like they kind of failed on like that city design. Like, don't you think that could be a beautiful city?
Wow, just hating on my state, my homegrown state.
Yeah,
I could probably diss on your hometown so much, Harrison, but I'm not going to.
If you looked up Harrington, Nebraska, you'd be like, that is the most quaint, pretty, small town I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
It
goodness.
is. It's exactly what you imagine when you think
Very
of small towns.
biased. Very biased.
We had the courthouse. That's all I'm saying. We had the county courthouse.
We
That's
have
so
Mount
nice.
Rushmore in South Dakota.
Is it in your city?
We have the falls.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We got a courthouse.
Oh, well, this has been such a fun show. Thank you guys so much for listening in. This is Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. Hope you guys have a great night and listen in to next week.